Chisom's mother used to warn her when she was younger. Money that comes from the dark never comes alone. Back then, Chisom didn't understand what that meant. But hunger has a way of silencing wisdom, and that was how Chisom one day found herself at the night market in city, the market that opens at 2 a.m., no noise. No bargaining. No names. Just buyers who will pay you anything you ask. Chisom thought it was her lucky break. Until she discovered what those customers were really paying for. Welcome to Promiscuous Stories, where timeless African stories full with deep lessons and meanings are told. If you love powerful tales full of mysteries and meaning, hit the subscribe button, like, and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Now sit back as we begin the story. Chisom was not lazy. Every morning before sunrise, she would wake up in her small one-room apartment, get ready quickly, and head straight to Rumokoro Market. By 6 a.m., she was already standing under the heat, arranging her fabrics neatly and calling out to passers-by. Original lace. Fine ankara. Good price. But customers kept walking. They rushed past her to bigger shops with bright banners, loud music, and aggressive sales girls. Shops with generators humming and mannequins dressed in expensive styles. Chisom had none of that. Just hope, and fabrics that refused to sell. Weeks went by without a single sale. Her phone kept buzzing with messages from creditors. Her landlord had already issued a final warning. At home, there was barely enough food, and her younger brother's constant complaints of hunger were beginning to break her. Every day ended the same way, exhausted, frustrated, and empty-handed. One evening, as the market began to close and traders packed up their goods, Chisom sat quietly, staring at her unsold fabrics. Tears rolled down her face. That was when a voice interrupted her thoughts. "You're working too hard in the wrong place." Chisom looked up. It was a woman she had seen around but never really spoken to. People called her Mama Ikena. She didn't shout to attract customers, didn't struggle like the others, yet she always looked wealthy: gold jewelry, expensive handbags, and a different car picking her up almost every evening. Chisom wiped her face quickly. "What do you mean, Ma?" The woman stepped closer. "The real money is not made in the daytime hustle," she said quietly. "It's made at night." Chisom frowned. "Night? How?" "There's a market," the woman continued. "It opens at exactly 2 a.m. Not far from here, but not where everyone can find it. The buyers there are rich. Very rich. They don't argue, they don't bargain. Whatever price you call, they pay." Chisom's heart started beating faster. "Where is it?" The woman studied her for a moment before answering. "I'll tell you. But you must follow the rules." Chisom nodded immediately. "I will." The woman raised 3 fingers. "First, never ask any customer their name. Second, leave before 3:59 a.m., no matter what is happening. And third," her voice dropped, "no matter what you hear or see, never look under the tables." That night, Chisom couldn't sleep. By 1 a.m., she had packed her best fabrics into bags and booked a ride through a transport app. The driver kept glancing at her through the rearview mirror as they drove through quieter parts of the city. "You sure this place is correct?" he asked. Chisom didn't answer. Because ahead of them, she could already see lights. The place didn't look like any market she knew. It was set in a wide open area, lit by rows of lanterns and dim electric bulbs. Cars were parked neatly at a distance, expensive cars. SUVs, tinted windows, silent engines. And people. Well-dressed people. Walking calmly between stalls. But something felt off. There was no noise. No music. No shouting. Just silence. Chisom stepped out, her heart pounding, and quickly set up her table. Within minutes, our first customer approached. A tall woman in a sleek red dress and high heels. "How much for all your lace?" she asked. Her voice was flat. Emotionless. Chisom hesitated, then decided to test her luck. 500,000 naira. The woman didn't react. She simply opened her designer bag, brought out bundles of crisp cash, placed them on the table, and picked up the fabrics. Then she walked away. Chisom stood frozen for a second. Then excitement took over. That one sale was more than she had made in months. And it didn't stop. More customers came. Each one quiet. Each one direct. No bargaining. No hesitation. By 3:30 a.m., everything she brought was sold out. From that night, everything changed. Within weeks, Chisom's life transformed completely. She paid off her debts, moved into a better apartment, bought new clothes, upgraded her lifestyle. Even her confidence changed. Every Friday night, she returned to the midnight market. And every time, she sold out within an hour. Money flowed like water. But slowly, her body began to change. At first, it was just exhaustion. The kind that sleep couldn't fix. Then her skin lost its glow. Her hair started falling out more than usual. She felt cold all the time, even in the humid heat of Port Harcourt. When she looked in the mirror, she barely recognized herself. Her face looked older, tired, drained. Still, she ignored it. Just one more time, she told herself. One last trip. That Friday night felt different. The air was heavier. The atmosphere tense. Even the silence felt louder. Chisom stood behind her table, weak but determined. By 3:45 a.m., she had almost finished selling when a tall man stepped forward. He wore a flowing black outfit, clean and expensive. "I'll take everything," he said. Chisom nodded and gave him the price. He reached into his pocket and handed her a thick bundle of cash. But as his fingers brushed hers, she froze. His skin felt wrong. Not just cold. Something deeper. Something lifeless. The money slipped from her hands and scattered across the ground. It was 3:50 a.m. She should have left. She knew the rule. But the money, it was too much to leave behind. So she bent down and reached for it. The moment her eyes shifted beneath the table, her entire body went cold. There were no feet, no shoes, nothing. The man wasn't standing. He was floating. Slowly, her eyes moved across the market. Other customers stood at different stalls. Some didn't touch the ground. Some looked incomplete. Some didn't look human at all. And beneath them, no footprints. Just dark, unsettling marks. The entire market went silent. Completely still. Then, one by one, they all turned toward her. every single one. Staring, unblinking. The tall man leaned closer. You looked. His voice echoed inside her head. That was all it took. Chisom ran. She didn't think. Didn't stop. Didn't look back. Behind her, she could feel movement. Fast. Unnatural. Closing in. She jumped into her car, locked the doors, and sped off. Something slammed hard against the back of the vehicle. But she kept driving. Until she reached the busy, noisy streets again. The next morning, Chisom went straight to a prophet. She fell to her knees, shaking. Please, help me. The old man looked at her carefully. Then sighed. They were not buying your fabrics, he said. They were buying your life. Chisom's voice trembled. What do you mean? Every payment you collected was a part of your lifespan. That is why you are fading. Tears filled her eyes. Can I stop it? The man nodded slowly. But you must give everything back. That same day, Chisom gathered all the money, all the clothes, all the valuables, everything she gained from the midnight market. She piled them together in front of her building and set them on fire. She stood there, watching it burn. Everything gone. And as the flames rose, her strength began to return. Her body felt lighter. Her reflection slowly changed back. By evening, Chisom had nothing left. No money. No luxury. No shortcuts. But she was alive. And from that day on, she never returned to the midnight market. Because some opportunities are not opportunities at all. If you ever find yourself making money too easily, ask yourself, what are you really being paid for? So tell me, if you were in Chisom's position, broke, desperate, and tired of suffering, and someone offered you a market where you could make millions overnight, would you follow the rules and take the risk? Or would you walk away, not knowing if that was your only chance? Drop your answer in the comments, yes or no. And remember, not every opportunity is a blessing. Some are just well-disguised traps. Subscribe for more stories that will make you think twice before chasing easy money. EY.